Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to do another cell phone quality video of, our hike into the canyon. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I can do this and upload it now. I'm actually getting ready to pack, head back to Connecticut. So it's just on my cell phone, just an update on how things went. Later on this week, I'm probably going to upload my GoPro videos of our hike down, our mule ride back up. Do I have any more in other places? Oh, we did drive out of the route 89, I think, and we went to Page, Arizona for the day, which was amazing. So I have some video of us driving because we literally go through like 2 canyons. So, yep, my vacation has come to an end. I should be packing. I'm leaving at 11 this morning to go to Flagstaff Airport. Okay, so if you saw my last video, it was about all the things I brought. Our backpacks were heavy. There is a mule service where you can pay, it was a little bit steep, it was $80, and it includes an inbound duffel bag and an outbound duffel bag, which means they pack the mules with these duffels or bags. You could pack your snacks for your hike up, anything. We packed wine, our snacks for our hike up. We should have packed a lot more. Then your backpack will be lighter hiking down. But it was all right. So we did that, and that was good. But yeah, all these are lessons. So yeah, we hiked down the South Kaibab Trail. We were a little bit late getting out the door, so we ended up starting at 5:40 a.m. We were shooting for 5 a.m., but 5:40 was fine. Okay, so if we were to do this again, we would never go down the South Kaibab Trail. And we would definitely go down the Bright Angel Trail, and I'd probably start at 4 a.m., maybe 3 a.m. I don't know. 4 a.m. is probably good. The blue light is starting to come out, so you won't need to use like a headlamp for very long. Maybe not even at all if we have some moonlight. The South Kaibab Trail. So it's really pretty. Okay, so the South Kaibab Trail, for me, I saw stark differences from that trail to Bright Angel. South Kaibab was very much desert-like. When we went, no water services were available. So when we got to, I'm blanking on the names, Tip-Off, I think it's Tip-Off. They have a big structure where it's for shade because it was very desert-like. There was no type of trees or anything, very desert-like. It was the only bathrooms that were open because they are updating all the bathrooms along the trails and down and stuff. So they're working on South Kaibab right now. We went in the house. I literally laid down on the floor. I laid down on the floor like this. I was like, And like it was all wood, like, so like the breeze was coming in. Crazy squirrels were like underneath. You're not supposed to feed the squirrels, but they're like eating things. And I overhear like these, I say young because I'm 31 now, and I don't know. I just feel really mature for my age. So like these young kids who probably were like in their early 20s. They were hiking up the South Kaibab Trail. They ran out of water at this tip-off point. They had a long ways to go. They had Skeleton Point, which was a crazy amount of switchbacks. It was getting hot. At this time, it was getting hot. It was still like morning when we got here. So, my advice, if you do this hike, pack 5 liters of water. no matter what, really, I think, because so our thoughts were, to have enough water. We knew going down this trail there wasn't going to be any water options. Not a lot of people do that research. I don't know. But so I had, if you watched my video earlier, I had, we both carried the same amount, my mom and I. We had a 3-liter bladder that we were sipping on. We had 2 1-liter. Sorry about that. We have 2 1-liter collapsible water bottles. So one had water with a tablet of electrolytes, and the other one for me had coconut water. I hate coconut water, and I wanted to be down with the coconut water because I know it's good for your body when you're doing that type of exercise and work. So I overheard that these kids were out of water. I gave them all my coconut water, and it was a liter. I sent my blessings with them. I really hope they did not look good. There's nothing really to do in that instance, but I felt really good because I had extra water. I was able to give that away and not feel like I was going to run out. And besides that, the South Kaibab Trail was awful with the divots. So because the Mule train uses that trail so much, they are creating these, it was almost, in some parts, it was like a foot. So there would be wood logs like this, right? And in between there would be a divot, like a foot. Sometimes it would be a foot. You need to step down. Okay, so that was awful. So your toes are being you're going straight down a canyon, And I was looking for a shoe that had more of a wide toe because I did a bunch of research, and it was hard to find what I was looking for with a wide toe. So that was me. Ooh, yeah, the other thing. Okay, so this is why we couldn't hike back up. We had to be dragged out by mules. 2 miles down the South Kaibab, I felt a burning on the top of my second toe. And I'm oh, come on. Am I really going to stop at this 2-mile mark and take my boots off and have a sore there and fix my foot up? I don't know. It was just it was quick. We just did a quick 2 miles and already I'm having a blister. So we later learned that if you ever feel a blister coming on with your feet, take your shoes off immediately. So that's what I did. I was okay, I gotta sit here and take my shoe off because my blister, I can feel the start of a blister. So what? Let me see even now. Yeah, there's still a little bump there. But so because I took my, I'm so far away. Because I took my shoe off and wrapped a Band-Aid around it, put my shoes back on and kept hiking, that blister did not continue to make a bigger blister. So my mom, she got blisters on both the outside of her foot, right here. 2 of them, 2 giant ones. The last 2 miles were so hard. You'll see in my GoPro videos. We literally were dying. It's usually a 20 to 30 degree difference down in the canyon at Phantom Ranch. It was already 100 degrees for our last couple miles, and it was bang, 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 bang. It was, whew. So my mom had said that she felt something going on with her feet there, was scared to take off her boots because, so we swelled a lot, our bodies swelled down there because of the elevation and the heat and just that strenuous workout, you could say. She was afraid to take her shoes off on the trail as far as we got because our feet swelled. You could feel it in your shoe, our feet swelled, and she was scared that she wouldn't be able to put her foot back in. So because she didn't take her shoes off, she ended up with huge blisters that we had the ranger, that's a giant raven, Lance treat twice, and then I did it one time. So when you feel the start of a blister, take your shoes off and put a Band-Aid on it. What else? Yeah, it was so very desert-like. So we had a couple nights down in Phantom Ranch. It was amazing. We got there. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I can only speak for me. So my regular life, I call them hikes, but they're probably more like walks a couple times a week because I usually bring my kids. So I didn't do much training for this like I had wanted. Life just got just a little crazy. So for me, when going into this hike, so I'm from Connecticut. Me and my kids would do like a couple hikes a week, hikes, walks, whatever you say. And what else? I was doing yoga regularly, like a couple times a week at home. I feel like I'm fit. I don't know. Yeah, nothing can prepare someone for the hike into the canyon, I don't believe, unless you're doing like repetitive jogging up and down a steep incline. Unless you've been running or jogging and have those extreme leg muscles. This was an extreme hike, I believe. And there's many different types of people doing this hike. There's joggers that do rim to rim to rim. So in one day, they will jog from the south rim to the north rim and back in one day. So if you ever see these guys or gals on the trail, like they are ripped. I asked my mom's friend who does this, I asked him how long it took him to train to do this, and he said 2 years. So I feel really good about that because like first time down, I am not wasting this extra muscle that I built on my legs. Oh my God, my legs are ripped. So I'm going to go back home. There's a part close to me that has like, it goes up a mountain. There's a couple places I'm thinking of. I'm going to put on my runners. I'm going to sprint up and down the mountain a few times. I want to do that a few times a week. I'm definitely going to get into more running. Not that I want to run rim to rim to rim. I just want to keep up with the muscle that I built with this extreme hike. I do not want to let go to waste. So that is where I was at going into the trail. Yeah, I'm only going to speak for myself. So because of my mom's blisters, so we stayed that night that we got down, and then we had a whole nother day, and then a night, and then we were going to leave the next day. So a Wednesday hike down and a Friday hike out. My mom's blisters were like insane. She couldn't put her shoes back on. So it's called a drag out. And what happens is, so we let them know that my mom needs to be dragged out. I was a little bit disappointed. I felt bad because she knew I was a little bit disappointed. But bottom line, I wanted to support my mom. And I know that she probably could not have hiked the 10 miles back up comfortably. I mean, of course, if that's your only option, to be dragged out by a mule is a lot of money. So don't think that you can hike down there and just be like, oh, I'll get a mule. I'll get a mule ride to ride back up. Yeah, unless you have that fund to cover that. My mom, she works here, so I mean, they definitely wanted to get her out, so we had like major discounts with all this stuff. So they sent 2 mules down. We decided on Thursday. They sent 2 mules down on Friday for us, so we had to stay another night. And it's cool because we got employee food there because my mom's an employee. So we got employee food for those, and then we rode out on the mules Saturday morning. And let me tell you, that is not a walk in the park riding those mules. I can't imagine. So usual mule rides, like these people wait 2 years. There was one group that we saw that waited 14 months to ride these mules. You're on a waiting list. Like even to stay at Phantom Ranch, like you're on a waiting list for a couple years. I mean, they could have some random dates that come up that they'll be like, hey, anyone want to come, especially in the summertime, because it is like 120, 130 down there in Phantom Ranch. Who wants to do that? So, Yeah, so there was one group that waited 14 months, and then the group we went with waited like 2 years. I don't know. I've been meaning to Google the cost of what a normal mule ride down and up would be. But so these people like, oh, I don't know if I could do the mule ride down. Like you're literally back, like major ab muscles. Anyways, mule ride up wasn't terrible. I was super scared. Super scared. If you watch the GoPro videos. I am so scared. I'm just like, you're up high on this mule. You have to give your full trust to this mule. My mule's name was Sansa. And, yep, so I'm working on that. I'm like, okay, full trust in my mule. My mule knows what to do. Like, they know what to do. You do have, like, reins for them. And you can, direct them a little bit away from the edge, which is what I did. So, yeah. So we did that. It was 5 hours, mule ride up. We stopped every night. We only stopped once to get off. Oh, so this was up the Bright Angel Trail. I would 100% next time. I do plan to come down next time, probably with my husband, my 2 kids, which I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know. So many adventures are being planned. So I will definitely only hike down, I don't know, the South Kaibab. If you're in good condition, like your body, you have those leg muscles, South Kaibab is beautiful. It is desert-like. So Bright Angel, I would do that down and back up next time. We stopped at Indian Gardens, I think it's called, for the mule rides. We did Bright Angel up. Beautiful. We crossed a creek like 3 times. There is literally a creek of water, maybe only because of springtime. Now, there is always water, I do believe, at Indian Gardens, like creek-like. But even before we got to Indian Gardens and after, like there was still water flowing on our trails. Trees, bushes, like beautiful, just not super desert-like, very much gardeny, which, if you look at the history about Indian Gardens area, you'll see why. But, yeah, it was cooling. It was way cooler, like cooling, because you're next to a stream of water. So I would totally hike down Bright Angel, which is 10 miles, and hike to Phantom Ranch and hike back. I feel like that would be no issue. The divots were not as bad as South Kaibab. Yeah. So that's my review of our hike. I don't think I have anything else to add. Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful down at Phantom Ranch. We did a couple hikes in that area. I baptized myself in the Colorado River. That river is so cold, but there's also a creek. I think it's called Bright Angel Creek that you can get in. It's not as cold. Yeah, but you can, from Phantom Ranch, you can hike to the North Rim. You can hike to some other falls that are like 12 miles away. So there's a lot to do down in Phantom Ranch, and springtime, oh my God, I cannot wait to write these blogs. I was obsessed. So what I really loved most about being on my feet and hiking, like a con and a pro to like a mule ride, is, I'm glad I got to do both. I feel super privileged that we got to do both. Is I could really connect with the land. I would touch the rocks. I would touch the flat, which actually I ended up getting some type of poison on me, like poison ivy, I think from Connecticut. But I think I did touch something that was a little bit poisonous. But to touch the plants, to feel the trees, it was just like the best. There used to be a huge orchard down in Phantom Ranch. It wasn't kept up with, years back when Phantom Ranch was new. Not new, but like built big orchards. So there's two huge mama pomegranate trees. Oh my God. Hi, buddy. Oh, hi. And, okay. Here, let's move over here. Thank you. 2 huge pomegranate trees. Oh my God. We would not have known. We were like touching. So it's like small. If you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I've been like doing a bunch of reels, pictures. That's where I post my blog links. Like this big of pomegranates starting to form. So they were also blooming, but they were also starting to form. Oh my God. So beautiful. Can you imagine like being down there 1 month from now, picking a pomegranate in the canyon and eating it? I can't. Like, it's just too much. Okay, so there was that, and then there was a giant mama fig tree. Oh my God, this thing was massive. It had to have been planted when Bantam Ranch was starting to be built down there. Like, it was just the hugest fig tree I've ever seen. And those figs will be ready in probably a week or 2. Like, they were good size figs. So all the prickly pear blooms, like, it was really cool to hike down in the spring. Really cool. I feel like I also have a greeting card business, so I did a whole bunch of blooms for greeting cards in Connecticut before I left. Did like a pop-up show. Now, guys, I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing a pack of desert blooms. So prickly pear, there was like yellow, a coral color, bright pink, think red, and then just other random blooms that were just so beautiful, so beautiful. So the con about riding the mule is I feel like I couldn't connect with the land that much. You are on someone else's schedule, which, of course, like, you're not just going to ride a single mule at your own pace. So you're on someone's schedule in a group. We did see a bighorn sheep heading up to the rim. Oh my God, we literally called him to us, bighorn sheep. So we were told that they're hanging out. What is it? It might be opposite. I think it's this. The bighorn sheep are usually up higher on the rim because it's cooler up on the rim. It was like 70 degrees as we got back to the rim, south rim of the Grand Canyon as we were climbing up. So they're hanging out in the cooler areas. They are not at the bottom right now, and it is opposite. So when it's winter, because they have seasons here, when it's winter weather and snowing down at the bottom or alongside the edges, that's where the bighorn sheep are. So we were super lucky that the temps have been somewhat cooler. We saw bighorn sheep. So if I was not riding that mule, I would have spent like an hour taking pictures with my camera. So I'm a little bit bummed I missed out on the opportunity, but super excited. I did end up getting like a video. If you go on Instagram and see my reels, one of them has like, I just like fumbled taking my cell phone out, and I'm like, as we're hiking by, I did get like a couple glimpses of him. You can see him in that little short clip. So that was the only con if you're thinking about doing mule rides. I mean, it was really cool to be able to do them both. So even though I was bummed that I couldn't hike back up the Bright Angel Trail, I was really excited to have this opportunity with my mom to support her, and then this story of our journey into the heart of the canyon. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful at all if you're thinking about doing this big hike. Maybe one thing I would probably do differently would be probably not take as much in my pack if you can afford to do the mule inbound outbound service. I would 100% recommend it, because you can even pack your clothes in there, and you can pack it while you're down there and send whatever back. So I would do that, and then I would 100% train more if you're kind of like a healthy person but not like a super infit person, which is probably what I would classify myself as. I would definitely do a lot more jogging, running, things with my legs. Nothing really hurt upper body wise. I wasn't used to wearing a backpack. I did start wearing my hiking backpack more on our trips, so that was helpful to feel it. But legs need to be like fit. Running, jogging, doing inclines, like anything, stretching your hips and legs, doing longer strides. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I'm going to do when I get back home. All right, guys, we're already at 24 minutes. I thought it was going to be shorter than this, but I think I got everything in. So, yeah, if you don't follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or my website link too, I will be posting those desert bloom greeting cards, and you can frame these. Like, they're super awesome. I love them. I print them on linen textured cardstock. They're beautiful. Right now I have my first batch on my website and spring blooms in Connecticut. So as soon as I get those Arizona blooms on there, they will be there. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, I do pictures, I do videos, and okay. All right, guys, until next time, adios.